everything is on point. So it's a brand by itself. It needs to feed itself. Roberto is a brand itself as well. So you always have to look at ways in which you have to market the brand and push it
Downloaded
forward.
from
And I feel like maybe with time, a lot of
ilovezmusic.com.
people will understand some of these techniques and really get to embrace them and say, "Wow, you know, that was a great online feud." If one day someone wants to give an award to the craziest staged online feud, I think this one should top the list 100%.
Yeah,
So yeah, man,
it's been mad.
yeah,
It's been crazy.
I feel like a lot of people now even know more about some of the stuff that you've done because of the back and forth. You know what I mean? Because I noticed people saying, "I didn't know J-Rox won this. I didn't know that he had this." It's because people are like, I feel like sometimes even when I send my fellow artists some of my work, they don't really share it the way that they were sharing and talking about this online feud. Because everybody's talking about it. So much, we want to share more of anything that injures the other person, or if it's gossip, we are so quick at sharing, posting it. You know, like everybody will be online. Right now, we could post someone else's video and, you know, you just get like 1,000 views or whatever it is. But if it's gossip, man, like 50,000 views within 10 minutes. So, I don't know. You know, it's something that we kind of like really have to look at and say, how best can we capitalize on all those factors?
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, I think we can't do a lot to change the negativity. We can try within our own spaces as humans to try and give a lot of love when it comes to people that we meet and everything. But in terms of changing the mindset, I think we can change the mindset with the younger generation, with the, you know, these kids that are still learning how to maneuver around life and seeing certain things. But with us guys, it's like we are rotten at this point. So we as creatives, we need to just find a way of making this mindset, you know, surviving with this mindset, making things work, you know, with the way the environment is like, you know what I mean? Because a good example is that you have like there's people, artists that put out very nice songs, like a song that when you listen to it, you're able to tell, this song deserves to be on top, because you can tell from the mastering, from the way the video is like. But like you say, they won't give it attention because it's just a song. You know, people have reached the point where they're like, okay, it's a clean video, it's a nice video. So now it's also, I'm hoping that the upcoming artists or other artists that have gotten to a point of frustration, because we've had this conversation, you and me, conversation on frustration and how you do everything. You're pushing, you're doing everything, you're positioning yourself the right way. But there's always a point in your music career where it feels like things are not moving. You get what I mean? Like things are not moving, and the people that are supposed to be the ones to plug you are probably, you know, affiliated to certain camps, or they're friends with certain people. So they're thinking, why should I play a Roberto song when my guy's music is here? You know what I mean? And those are the struggles we have. We don't have neutral people that are in positions of power that will be able to look at every artist and say, can we at least give the artist, because this artist has helped build the industry to get to where it is today, can we allow them that opportunity, or let the fans at least listen to the music and decide if they're going to keep it on the platform or not? So now it's more about this is my guy, so I'll put my guy's music, even when my guy's music is not of standard. You know, I'll plug in before I plug the next person. So I'm hoping these other artists are able to learn from this and say, you know what, there's always a thing that you can do to switch up things to make sure that you create visibility. Because if you don't, you end up becoming frustrated, and you'll be that very talented guy that's always, you know, smart, you're sending a lot of negative vibes to an artist that's not even half as talented as you, but they're more successful because they decided to capitalize on the mindset and the environment that we're in, you know?
Yeah, true, man. No, but congrats though, man. The song is dope. The first time I heard it, I was like, wow, this is a fire song, like 100%. Congrats on that one, and yeah, man, huge congratulations to you for your hustle, you know, everything that you're doing, music-wise, film-wise, you know, with your team and everything else. I feel like that's the direction that, you know, everybody not kind of like really needs to take note of, because it's not easy, you know what I mean? Like, we all come from certain backgrounds and certain hustles, and to be here today and do all these things, you know, it's really just by the grace of God. But, you know, we need to give credit where it's due, and I gotta give you, like, your praises, bro. Like, I've been noticing everything you're doing, and the hustle, the connections. It's really amazing, to be honest with you.
We exchange praises every time we link up. It's very weird.
I know, man.
Yo, bro.
I know.
You, bro. And then the other guy's like, yo, you, bro. And then it's just like, Goddamn. But you know, it's the same thing, man. We've reached the point where, you know, like the team is almost like one team now, because you know there's like the KJs, the Grace, like all these people are people that will come and be a part of my team sometimes when I'm pushing my music, and you're able to say, oh snap, this is part of Roberto's team, and we're sitting here trying to figure out a way of making this song work. And I think this is another thing that the fans need to understand. When you see the artist, it's not just the artist that's, you know, making this work. There's so many people that are behind Roberto that are making sure that things work. You know what I mean? And it's only when you understand that it's a brand, it's a company. Roberto is like a company that has people that work for the company itself. So people should be able to understand. Don't take things too personal. Don't, you know, people need to understand. You need to understand that it's not just one person that's behind this brand, but there's a lot of people. There's people that just think they're doing PR, they're doing all these things to make sure that Roberto is positioned the way he's supposed to. And I'm hoping this is where we're going to go. Because, I mean, if we're going to create an industry, one that we're able to look at and say, this is this, because right now we don't have standards. So I don't think we have an industry, because something that's functioning like an industry. You know what I mean? But there's standards that need to be set in terms of how certain things are done. So since we're in the process of setting the standards, I'm hoping that other artists will also be able to start understanding that you can't be your own manager. You can't be your own everything. True. You know what I mean? You can't be your own hit maker, your sound engineer. You know, sometimes you need to get someone else to write your song for you, so that you can, you know, come out of this space that you've been in for the longest time. There's songwriters out there that we need to give credit to. You know, there's a sound engineer, someone that's just their job to mix the instrumental. You know, there's people that have different things that they're doing that we need to allow. We need to get them in and pay them so that they can make you look good. Because, I mean, you can't just run the show by yourself.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I agree with you 100%. But I got a couple of questions for you, because I know a couple of people actually trying to find out, like, so someone was asking me yesterday that, was there anything about this online feud that kind of like hurt you personally? I'm like, no. Because I feel like, you know, like maybe because what people must know is that everything that was going online, we were sharing it between the two of us first.
Yeah.
Before it goes online.
Just there, I was like, goddamn, bro. Today, I know. You were like, man, today's your day, bro. You go. You. Man.
No, but it was crazy. That was crazy.
I think, you know, I didn't know you can jump like that, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when we started, when I saw the first one, I was like, all right, you know, because, you know, we rappers, you know, people that, I know you've got like a background, you can rap if need be, but, you know, like some of us that have done, like, I did like 5 years of my music career, the early days, just rap, you know, so you always think like, I've got punchlines, like I'm going to go at this guy, and then I saw the punches coming, and I was like, God damn, man, I thought this was supposed to be me. You know what I mean? I'm supposed to be jumping this guy like this. Yeah, bruh. But in all, I just respect the fact that in the whole lot of the process, there was that maturity that no one, you know, allowed this thing to get to their head to a point where like, oh, you just get surprised, you're going online and you find your friend that's jumped one that you haven't seen, because then it changes the whole lot of the dynamics of what we're trying to do. But it was good, man. It was good. I'm super impressed. I think this one is going to go down in the books as one of those. There's I can't wait for your music, your next songs. I wish I could just let it out right now, but I can't. But yeah, super excited about what you're cooking and what the vision is for this year, you know.
Yeah, no, there's something coming up, bro. Like, it's something that we've been working on, because this year we're releasing 2 albums, so just really trying to push in the stuff. And I gotta thank you as well for, you know, getting to work with our schedule, because I know you wanted to release the song much earlier, but then, you know, you had to kind of like just hold on to the song until we released Lights Down. So big ups to you, bro. Like, thank you so much. I respect you for that respect, and I respect your team. I respect your family, everything that you're doing. And for me, I feel like it's something that people need to know and understand. Everything that was going on, we planned every post that was going on. We first had to see it. You know, you had to see it. Your team had to see it. If there any changes, we made changes. You know what I mean? And it wasn't because I noticed a couple of people like, you know, you're hacking into somebody's account. We're gonna report you. We're gonna report your page. I'm like, yo, chill, relax.
Like, you don't know.
I know,
but I saw one come like, oh, that's a crime. They're like, that's a crime. I was like,
yeah.
From I Love Zed Music.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew that one was confusing.
You know the craziest thing, and we need to take this conversation to Facebook, because I think Facebook is where a lot of people are very emotional. Craziest thing that happened to me is that I've got a gig that I'm doing with a certain brand account.
Okay.
The day you hacked into my account,